Well, both. I mean, because
Hello, Sci Fi Gangstas. Anthony Dannar, Will Moon, Jeremy Shepard. Next topic we're going to talk about. So we all love Batman, right? Everybody loves Batman. Who doesn't love Batman? And with Batman and Superman coming out next, was it March?
Yeah,
coming out in March.
2 months.
And they've shared everything that's in the movie. So we already know what the movie's going to be about. We want to talk a little bit about our ideas for a solo Batman film. It doesn't have to be Ben Affleck. It doesn't have, whatever you want.
It has to be George Clooney.
It has to be George Clooney. It has to be him.
Adam West.
Right.
Now Adam West. Like a 90-year-old.
Very, very sad Adam West. Right there. I got my picture of Adam
You
West.
said he was pretty sharp, though, right?
Yeah, he's pretty sharp. Yeah. Very cranky guy. Very cranky. But
When you thought you were the Riddler, you just got confused.
well, it was funny because I originally so Adam West, when he signs autographs, he personalizes it, so he won't just write Adam West. He'll write
cool.
to whatever,
Normally you have to pay extra for that.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people would prefer not to get it personalized for reselling, but that's not what I was going to do. I'm going to keep everything I get, but I'm just saying I would much rather not have it personalized if it's going to be something like a poster, like a big poster like that. But at the last minute, he said, Adam West only personalizes. So I was like, okay, well, I'll make it out to my family instead of just to me. That way I can pass it on to my son or whatever, or my family or whatever, when I pass.
And they'll sit there, who's Adam West?
And they'll sell it, and I'll haunt them for the rest of their lives. But he says, he's like, what do you want me to write? I was like, can you write to the Dannar family? And he's like, all right. And he just wrote Dannar. And then he just read his name and gave it to me. I was like, son of a... But anyways, Batman solo film, our ideas, our pitch for a Batman solo film. I'm going to go first because I feel like your guys is going to be better than mine. But mine's very general. It's not very specific. I didn't really write a lot of it. Okay. Anyways, I want to see a detective Batman film. A true film noir Batman film. It doesn't actually have to be a film noir, but you know what I mean.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea. So is he Batman, or is it Bruce Wayne? Like he's a detective, and then he over time becomes Batman.
No, he's Batman. He's Batman, but it's mostly a detective
running around with a magnifying glass.
right now. But it's a mystery. Like it's a who did it kind of Batman film. You can have all the action with the Batmobile and everything, but it's primarily him solving a crime. Okay, and you could do the Riddler. I'm a little afraid to use the Riddler for a number of reasons. The Riddle, I don't want the Riddler to ever say, riddle me this, okay? If you use the Riddler, it needs to be a very different representation of the Riddler. It can't be like the comic book or it couldn't be like the Jim Carrey Riddler.
Yeah, or the Frank Ocean from the show Riddler.
And
there's a much colder version of Riddler.
But it can't be a Joker knockoff Riddler. It can't be the Joker who uses riddles. Like it has to be its own little. So what I'm saying is Johnny Depp can't play the Riddler. He's not going to play. And I want Ben Affleck to play. I want Ben Affleck to play Batman. I want him to direct this film, and I want it to be primarily him solving a mystery. It could be the Riddler. It could be the Calendar Man. It could be. You can use another character who's not very well known and kind of
Do you say any like the Long Halloween? I'm getting the Long Halloween vibe.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
Like that
So,
series,
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Do you want to set it now, or like you want to go? Because I love the idea of like one set in 1939.
Yeah.
If you really want to do that, okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I like that of the old cars and then the games and all that. It'd be really gory.
Because we could go really dark with it, and if you didn't want to go film noir, you could just go kind of dark. You can go, Zack Snyder universe. You can go the dark.
Or like Seven or Zodiac.
Yeah, exactly. Very exactly.
Yeah.
The Usual Suspects, Seven kind of a thing. So Blade Runner meets Seven. There you go. That's the film that we have. Ben Affleck plays it. He directs it. There you go. There's my Batman solo film.
I will watch that movie.
There you go.
No doubt about it. You want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. All right, so mine is Alan Moore's The Killing Joke.
Okay.
So to me, that is the Joker. That is sort of the quintessential Joker origin story. You didn't see it with Jack Nicholson. You kind of saw it a little bit with Heath Ledger.
And you're gonna see it, and
just with tattoos.
Yeah.
But so it shows how the Joker is. The Joker and Batman are basically the same thing. They just reacted to their events differently, right?
Okay.
So the Joker took it as everything's a joke. You know, the world, it's nihilism. It doesn't matter. So if you read it, you see where he tries to break Gordon. So he tries to turn Gordon insane. And it's, I mean, Alan Moore's just good.
Yeah.
Like, he's just good. And they never make his stuff well in movies. So
what would be the conclusion? Because I know in The Killing Joke, it's murky what happens at the end.
yeah, well, Batman stops him. After the Joker hurts Gordon's daughter, makes Gordon watch pictures of her, you know, things like that. But he puts his hand on his shoulder. It's like, I understand, you know, we just went different ways.
Okay.
Type of thing. And I think that's a fine conclusion.
So there's some people that say that Batman actually kills Joker. There's some people that say that
I think more
Batman kind of goes
clear
insane.
that that's not the case.
Okay.
And I think more and Ryan Reynolds.
Because Batman laughs at the end of The Killing Joke, right?
Yeah.
He does.
See, that's what the Joker tells.
Okay.
There's some great stuff when he goes bang. Like that's one of the best. When he has the gun and he's to kill him, bang. How do you feel about the treatment of Batgirl? Is that something that you would soft pedal in a movie? Do you think it's necessary for it? Because I think it really makes the story effective.
Yeah, I think
it throws her over the side like bad as a character.
I think it's necessary for Moore's to tell his story properly. I think it's necessary.
Who's going to play Batman in this film?
I don't know.
Is it going to be Ben Affleck or something?
Well, I mean, it's Batman. It's a Batman movie in that it's in his universe, but it's really about the Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think Heath Ledger could have played that character, probably.
Actually, wasn't there rumors saying that Nolan actually had a plan for the third film where Heath Ledger was supposed to be in it? Like it was supposed to be the final conclusion where you're almost like The Killing Joke, where Batman's kind of forced to almost kill him.
Yeah, they never really said, but I'm pretty sure he was supposed to at least be around for the third movie in some sense. Because he swears they didn't close off Two-Face's arc in the second movie as a result of Ledger died, because you didn't want to keep those two, either one of them around for the third movie since they were so tied together. But he swears that was not the case. They always intended to have the Harvey Dent story come to a conclusion. And really, it's his movie, if you think about it. Like, it's about his character, and everybody else is just in it. And this is kind of what he's talking about with being a Joker movie, that Batman and Batgirl and Gordon.
Yeah, and you see the Joker just has a really terrible day. Like he's just he quits his job as an engineer. He tries to be a stand-up comedian. He fails at that. His wife is pregnant, so he agrees to do this job with these criminals to help pay for his wife. She dies. They end up trying to pin it on him. He gets disfigured, and just an awful day. His life is just completely in shambles. And he just, instead of finding meaning in like Bruce Wayne found meaning in the death of his parents, the Joker just says there is no meaning. There's no point.
Very good. There you go. Two very different Batman films. There you go. Where's the third one?
Well, again, another pretty celebrated comic arc that actually came out, I guess, the year after The Killing Joke was Grant Morrison and Dave McKean's Arkham Asylum, The Serious House on Serious Earth. And usually when you have these lists of best Batman graphic novels or comic series, like The Killing Joke, a strong contender for one. This is, year one is Frank Miller's story, and then Dark Knight Returns. Those are kind of the big four. Maybe The Long Halloween, but usually those four may get a little bit above it.
Okay.
And they all deal, there's some overlap in some of the stories there, because they all are kind of working with that darker Batman that reemerged after the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Right. And it really they've been going towards that through the Bronze Age, all the way up until the Crisis. The Arkham Asylum is my favorite because it is maybe the most psychologically disquieting comic book story of all time. And Grant Morrison, man, he can take you on some crazy trips with his stuff. And then Dave McKean's artwork is so expressive and insane. And what this is if you look at the plot, it's a very basic plot that the video game Arkham Asylum has used to launch the very successful franchise of its own, and they change it pretty significantly, the characters and who's involved. They leave out most of the deep psychological trauma that's present in the story. and it kind of gives you an idea of like what is a pretty reliably basic Batman story, kind of like you want a detective story, and maybe not any more specifics beyond that.
Right.
And then the Killing Joke is a Joker story that kind of gives you the Joker's raison. That's right. This one is, if we're looking, and I'm thinking of this in the Affleck terms, or even if they continue with Bale after the first 3 movies. Arkham Asylum is a logical place to go because, you could do it very stylistically differently. I would think of it more as a horror film. Something where he gets in there and there's very little contact with the outside world. Arkham Asylum is a dark, horrible, brooding place that is scary enough on its own, just even being in there. And then you throw in whatever villains he's going to run up on, and it's going to be even worse. And you can view it with first-person shooter style stuff where he's kind of going through it level by level. Obviously, the Joker you'd expect to be a major figure here. He's a major figure in both the game and the story. Scarecrow is a natural fit here. He's really not that present in the comic, but he's all over the game. Maybe the best part of the game.
Yeah.
And then whatever other ones you want to throw in. And you can go high to low on the list. There's a few you probably should leave out, like Ra's al Ghul. Maybe not fit so well, but Killer Croc, Harley Quinn, the Riddler, any of them, Two-Face, any of that you would think are insane. Not like the Penguin or somebody who's just a criminal. Then you can throw them in the asylum and then let the fur fly. Basically, it can be as big or small a story as you want. You can have as many villains as you want. It makes sense because this Affleck is going to be an older Batman who's already fought all these dudes and ladies in the past. And there's so many, you can make it a pure action movie, just Ben Affleck kicking ass. You can make it a horror film where the Scarecrow's gas is going through it and it's hallucinatory. There's a lot of diversions you can take. But I would tend towards the horror aspect of it, where maybe the Scarecrow is the main villain in the film, and his gas and the hallucinatory. Then you can get into psychological stuff with Batman, which is always necessary for these things. So.
Cool. Very different Batman movies, but all good. I liked it. That was a good topic. Tell us what your Batman film would be, and comment on it.